Hello, true duelists. My name is Craig Fee, and as always, welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update. Yes, welcome back to the update, the main series of my channel, so if you like it, maybe consider subscribing. After all, it's a sign of immense quality when the individual whose YouTube channel you're watching asks you to subscribe before providing a singular ounce of value. And with that being said, let's provide some value to your day. We're starting, as always, like we do with a look at the meta. Yep, that's it. I know, crazy. Again, no new sets, no new ban list. The meta is the same. But we are only 2 weeks out from the release of Cyberstorm Access. In due time, things like Gold Pride could even be a topic deck. And that might not be copium. Cyberstorm Access is bringing a slew of new toys to use and abuse, from the new Super Heavy Samurai deck and even engine, the Manadium archetype, which is the Synchro Visas deck, if you weren't aware of the TCG name change, and Pearly Lily, as well as Sleepy Memory, if I'm not mistaken, 2 cards to help propel Pearly to become a potential Tier 1 threat. And I'm willing to bet that the Apple Dragon Tuner will be something stupid as well. So suffice it to say, this format's got about 2 weeks or so left before a bit of a shakeup. And that's not even counting that there could be a potential ban list at any point in time, because Konami has deemed it fitting that they just happen like a storm. They are the winds now, they are unpredictable. So enjoy it while you can, or don't enjoy it because you hate Kashtira. But either way, things are set to change up pretty soon. And speaking of things that have changed up, why not take a look at today's segment that truly only a white person can deliver, this week's Spice Watch. Yes, the Spice Watch is most fittingly done by me because when everything you eat is spicy, you're always looking out for spice. You don't have a choice. This week, we choose to highlight a regional winning Dragunity deck, running 60 cards in it because Dragon engines are simply that large in the present day. That's what happens when you just give that same type like 3 solid cards every single year for 20 years. Oh my god. Running multiple engines in this deck, from an adventure package to a bestial package to a chaos space and like a small Dragon Link core package. The deck is even playing the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation and Cobalt Eagle to get its tried and true Ravine plays going as consistently as it can. Granted, Purity enthusiasts will inform you that this deck played only a single Dragunity Synchro, and as such is more of a Dragon Mutt pile than any sort of Dragunity deck. But the largest engine is the Dragunity engine, so it takes the title, like a modern Lightsworn deck. Some Raidens and Wolves? Yup, that's Lightsworn. The cards being played here are far too numerable in both count and usages for a man of my brain size and, ideal video length to cover here, but suffice it to say, it's a pretty complex deck, and I'll leave a link to a profile in the description if you'd like to check it out. But Dragunity main decking the Gameciel Negate package and Kyoto Waterfront is probably about as spicy as a thing as I saw this past week from regionals, and as such, it is the topic of this week's Spice Watch. Congrats to the pilot, one Nicholas Centruy. Oh, I butchered that, and I apologize for butchering your name, but you won, and that's far more important. In some product news for the TCG, first up, we can confirm that the Fire Duelist Pack will be coming to us here in TCG land. Konami has announced that the Duelist Pack Soul Burning Volcano will be released as a standalone set on August 11th, with 5 cards per pack, and set rarity similar to other previous Duelist Packs. This one will have 61 cards in total, and have 9 Ultra Rares, 8 Supers, 10 Rares, 33 Peasant Rares that the regular folk call common, and a singular Ghost Rare. The Water Duelist pack had a virtually unobtainable Ultra Rare Forbidden Droplet reprint, so maybe this one will have a Triple Tactics Thrust reprint that'll go for only $70 instead of $75. Oh boy, that's some weapons grade copium, and I'm out here coping. We'll figure it out as we get closer to the date of release, but in a clear statement from Konami, fuck you Earth player duelists, the Fire players win. In Cyberstorm Access news, we've had some reveals from the TCG side of things. From the new Gold Pride cards that you can see in a new card report that I put out earlier this week, to confirmation that the reprint Starlight Rare for SEAC will be Visa's Starfrost. Or Visa's Starfrost, I think is what the video said. I don't remember, but I remember hearing it and going, well, that's not what I ever say. Either way, it's neat to see a card that could have been a Starlight in its debut set get a reprint as a Starlight Rare. Said no one ever, because this has been met with a resounding question of why? Why didn't you just give Visa's, V-Bucks here a Starlight print in the original set it debuted in? We could have got a really cool Starlight Rare reprint here, like maybe, I don't know, Firewall Dragon for the set with the buffed up Firewall Dragon. But what do I know? More content creators will be revealing other cards from this set during the week, including possibly some TCG debut cards, as previous sets have had. And they probably already have in between my filming this and you watching it, so hooray! Hooray for the passage of time. And last up, we did get more information on the aesthetic abomination that is the 2023 Megatins. All 16 of the potential promo Quarter Century Secret Rare cards have been revealed, confirming that Blackwing Armor Master is getting this rarity to complement the striking similarity it will share with the Starlight print it got in, I believe it was Maze of Memories. Beautiful. But at least Black Rose will be getting this as well, and did not get the Clifford Kundschaft, as the Germans like to not say. Only I really say that. But still, that also pairs well with the Starlight Rare printing that Black Rose got earlier. Oh, hey, at least it deserves it. Other cards include Odd Eye's Pendulum Dragon, Utopia, the OG number 39, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, Enlightenment Paladin for some reason, and Deco Talker. I'm pretty sure at least half of these already have rarities and a similar design to Starlight's, but what do I know? What I want to know is, why did only Galaxy Eyes Photon get reprinted as like a rival? Isn't everyone else a protagonist or friend of protagonist card here, and then just Photon is the odd one out? Salamangreat may actually be the odd one out. Again, haven't seen Vrains, don't know. Just kind of stands out to me. What I can tell you is that Konami has confirmed that each card will be printed in its original artwork. So no fancy alt-art Black Rose, to my personal disappointment, and no idea what that means for the likes of Dark Magician and Red Eyes. There are two arts already appearing on the side of the box here, or tin more accurately, but will that be it, or are they going to get another tablet art? Personally, I really hope that that's the Red Eyes art we're getting. I want two of the exact same art and rarity, just with a different set code number, and that's it. I want a wasted Quarter Century Secret. There's only 1 year of these, rarities being printed. Super glad Red Eyes is getting two in the same art entirely. Perfect. In new card news, the next V-Jump promo has been revealed, without its effect, of course, as is tradition. This time round, Dandy White Lion is the card of choice. It's Dandelion, but with a little age on it. Got a little gray in the hair. And by gray, I mean completely white. The white seeds, dandelions, I get it! It's like it's an actual fucking plant. Oh, so subtle. Anyways, as always, we know nothing about it, except a small blurb that Konami has given us. That is that it will have some kind of parody to work with Slifer the Sky Dragon, of all things. That's probably an anime reference, but on all honesty, you can tell me it's an anime reference, and I won't be any less confused as to why the fuck the Dandelion retrain of sorts is helping specifically Slifer. I'm guessing the tributes, or the tokens, can only be tributed, is what I mean to say, but we'll find out later. Pro player and podcast maker Jeff Jones, known for among 86 other decks and tops, has notably played Quick Draw Dandy Warrior to success in the ever so popular Edison format, and as such, upon seeing this, has promised that he will become too powerful in what I can assume many may interpret as a threat, but is in all honesty, it's just a promise. Jeff Jones, if he duels you, will obliterate you, with or without a white dandelion. That's just facts. As always, once the effect is revealed, we'll cover it for you in a new card report more likely than not, because that's what we do here on this channel. And speaking of new card reports, there's been plenty this week. From the newly revealed Gold Pride cards to Pearly support that could push it to become a true format-dominant deck, Altergeist support that Konami representative Douglas Zeef told me at gunpoint I would have to mention, else he would erase my favorite archetypes, and even a new monster type to boot. God damn, it's been a busy-ass week for new cards. I was stupid and chose not to clickbait the new type with things like Master Rule 6, because it's clearly not, but that's just me failing as a YouTuber. I need to learn to clickbait more. But if you want to check out any or all of them, you can give them a watch because I'd appreciate it. I make jokes in those videos as much as I talk about the new cards, which means that they're funny and informative. So your teacher can't complain about you watching them in class if you're still enrolled in classes in some capacity. Unless, of course, they don't like hearing the word fuck like 86 times in a video, in which case they're not going to support it. Whoops. Also, in event news, it was announced last week that Konami would be updating its masking policy in regard to its events and the COVID-19 pandemic. Gonna find out the hard way if I'm allowed to say that in these videos. Starting May 11th of this year, Konami will strongly encourage but no longer require attendees to wear masks, but will reserve the right to implement a mask or vaccine policy at any given event. So it's not going to be Konami mandated, but I won't be surprised if certain venue areas and event halls and the like decide independently that you need to have a mask and or vaccine in place to take part in the event. Wearing a mask at any sort of mass gathering is probably smart to do regardless. Lord knows if you've been to a convention and you get the con flu, that it's an absolute bitch to deal with. And even just event cults from like big YCSs, as the number of attendees at YCSs only seems to grow, it's probably sensible independent of the pandemic. Trends with other changes in the post-pandemic world, of course, the removal of the mask policy, and I don't care. You do you. If you want to wear a mask, power to you. If you don't, cool. I have so little patience left in me for this fucking debate. It's been going on for 3 years. If you want to talk about it in the comments, power to you. But I am so sick and I'm getting tired of tier limit debates as a tier 0 deck, and it's only been like a matter of months, okay? It's been years on this mask shit. Next segment. Speaking of tier limits and Master Duel news, there's been the standard end of the month ban list, so to say, and with tier limits being by far the most dominant deck the game has seen to date, there was some hope that they would make some meaningful hits to the deck. They did not, in any capacity. They banned Instant Fusion, which is probably, you know, a worthwhile ban independent of this format, and then limited Foolish Burial Goods and King of the Swamp? Isn't that card just straight ass in Tier Shizu? Whatever, they've done it. They've also put Change of Heart to 2, further making Brain Controls Errata permanently hilarious, and unlimited Kagari, Thunder Dragon Hawk, Tenki, and Supreme King Dragon Darkworm. The only thing that really matters is banning of Instant Fusion, and that is not even remotely enough to have impacted that deck's dominance. So 4 more weeks at least of Tier Shizu for Master Duel, and a bonus month of hearing people bitch about Tier 0 formats from the community. Love game. In community news, Konami representative Douglas Zeef busted a fat nut in regard to the Altergeist support. Jesus Christ. Zeef, I do not know you, but I feel the need to apologize for what it is I've just said. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up. It's been a week. All right, that's the community news this week. I'm apologizing to Konami representative Douglas Zeef. I apologize, and it's just been a lot of what felt like fan service. We got Volcanic support announced in the past 2 weeks, Duel Monsters Nostalgia with the new Phantom Beast support, the Altergeist support, and even Colorless the King of Dark World. It's been a good week and a good time to be a true duelist, I do suppose. And also this week was the debut on eBay for the sale of the one-of-a-kind Tyler the Great Warrior. A momentous occasion and the first time ever that an actual numerical value can be placed on one of the, if not the, rarest and most valuable card in the entirety of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. The sale won't be ending until April the 29th, and most bids tend to come in the last, honestly, few minutes, as I understand eBay. So the current price is not even remotely what it's going to end up being if I had to guess. And if you want to know that current price, it's already broken 100,000 as I'm filming this, and who knows where it's going to be at by the time you're watching this, whenever you're watching this. So it's just a bit out of my price range. I don't know. I don't feel like splurging on it. It's whatever. Shoutouts, of course, go to the people saying that it wouldn't hit 6 digits at all, because I really want to thank people. And I just want to tell you how glad I am that people are still willing to be just full frontal fucking idiots in public. It gives me the courage to be my goofy little dumb self on this channel. So power to you, and I cannot believe how objectively wrong you are. Of course, the sale ends on the 29th, and that's after the update comes out. So I'll tell you about it, I don't know, the week following. We'll figure it out. I may need to change up the content schedule that I'm working with. That's a little foreshadowing for a video that might be out on Sunday. Who knows? And on that happy note, let's give a shout out and thanks to this week's sponsor, the LIFD Magnetic Display. A damn cool and safe way to display your favorite card or cards. Just ignore the gun. This safe and non-threatening product is my recommended way for you to show off whatever your favorite card or cards might be. And you can go ahead and get yourself a 50% discount by using my promo code or by clicking the link in the description. So why don't you help me, help you, help LIFD, help me by picking one up. And as always, it's a thanks to LIFD for the support and a thanks to you for watching. And so that wraps it up for this week's new card report. Wow, that's how many I've done this week. That wraps it up for this week's edition of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update. As always, I've been your host, Craig Fee, and thank you for watching. And you can go ahead and subscribe if you'd like, because doing so gets you a smoking Italian wife, it gets you notified about the next week's update, and above all else, it'll make you a true duelist.